Hi everybody, it's Margaret Manning here with 60andMe. Thanks a lot for being here today. Hope that you're doing okay on this crazy journey, which is our life. Thanksgiving is coming up, and today's video is going to be about the challenges that we're going to face during that time. A lot of women are in the United States in our community, so I want to talk to you particularly. But it really applies to any celebration in your country or where you're going to get together with family this year in a different way. I mean, Thanksgiving in the United States is traditionally all about family. It's actually, in many ways, more sort of about family and community and gathering and gratitude than any of the holiday celebrations. Thanksgiving's a big deal. And this year it is going to be very different than anything you've ever done in the past. And I think everyone's getting ready for that. They understand that it's going to be very different. But I wanted to talk to you about some ways that you could perhaps, take the online world that we're having to deal with and turn it into something positive for your Thanksgiving celebration. And our blogger, Marlene Baumgartner, wrote this article, and I really appreciate her doing it. I advise you to go and check it out because there are some links in her article to things that you might want to consider. And I'm just going to give you an overview. And most of all, I just hope that you're all going to be okay. This will be released around the Thanksgiving time period. And I just want to make sure that you know that we're thinking about you. And even though I'm not in the United States anymore, I'm in Switzerland, but I still celebrate. I still have family in the States, and I do think about the importance of this holiday. It's about, playing games, doing puzzles, cooking food, sharing recipes. It's all about, you might have a family member you've not seen in a while and there's a little difference of opinion, but Thanksgiving's that time of the year when it all comes together. And so for years, many millions of people in the United States have taken this time of the year to travel thousands of miles, different countries across the world to be with their families at Thanksgiving. And that's going to change. COVID-19 has changed everything. This year, November 26th, we're going to be staying home. No hugging, no kissing, no sharing passing the plate along, the bowl of potatoes and cranberry sauce and all the things that are traditional around Thanksgiving. It's just not going to happen this year. So the grandparents are going to be dealing with being apart from the people that maybe that was the only time of the year that we got together with our kids and grandkids. But the risk of spreading the virus is a motivator, of course. We all want to get through this and stay healthy, and so we've got to figure out some ways to do it. But anyway, happy Thanksgiving if you're watching this anytime after the Thanksgiving holiday or around it, because it's meant to be a time of happiness and gratitude, and we can do that remotely. Come on, we can do this. So the question is, what can we do to help our families pull together at Thanksgiving and do some things that are going to make it feel like we're together? We can't make it a tragic event. We've got to make it a positive if we can. So first of all, Marlene does a great job of highlighting this part about the abundance of Thanksgiving. Now, that doesn't matter whether we're sitting side by side or whether we're sitting on a Zoom call or FaceTime or a phone. We are fortunate to be here, and we're fortunate to have a family that we can talk to. And I think we have to just think about the gratitude aspect. It's at the heart of Thanksgiving. And she talks about how Thanksgiving started and how it was during pretty tough times in the world as well. And Thanksgiving was that time the harvest was being harvested, all the food, and there was just thanks for that, for having food on the table and for having each other side by side. So that's really important, to keep gratitude at the center of the holiday. And gratitude, by the way, just feeling grateful and thankful for what you've got is not just a family thing. It helps you feel better. And there's been lots of research, which we've talked about before, that, feeling grateful, it does things to your brain. Your brain loves you to feel grateful because it just makes you feel feel good, and the hormones and all those great chemicals that go through your body make you feel great. And so feeling grateful is important. You can keep a journal. You can just really display simple acts of kindness. You can join, community activities as much as you can with the social distancing. But here are 6 things that Marlene talks about in her article. And I just want to go through them kind of one at a time. And there's some really good ideas here. Now, food. Okay, so everybody likes food at Thanksgiving. It's the classic thing. Share the recipes or even prepare the food in the same way that your mother, your grandmother. It's just a time to remember your roots, remember where your family came from, and celebrate that abundance. So if someone is not able to cook for one thing, Marlene suggests, don't just phone them up and celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Send them a little basket if you can, or something that you could, have delivered so they've got a meal. I mean, a lot of older people, I'm talking about people perhaps in a nursing home or in a place where they're not so well. They just would love to be part of the Thanksgiving experience. So maybe if you can send them something, there's Harry and David, Cracker Barrel, Goldbelly, Williams Sonoma. There's probably lots of others, but I know they're expensive, but maybe it's just this one time of the year you can do something. Another thing is to share a recipe. Call your family. Ask them, what are you going to have for dinner at Thanksgiving? And like, you're not coming over, but what are you going to cook? And oh, we're going to cook that too. That's great. What's that thing you used to add? And talk about the recipe. Feel like you're preparing the dinner together. And I think that's a really cool idea, is to not just call up and say happy Thanksgiving and be sad, but like start early, like in a few days before, like, what are you cooking? Can you help me with that turkey thing you always used to do so well? Or what is your vegetarian version this year? How did you do a fish dinner for Thanksgiving? Just that kind of chat, just chit chat, make it like a family experience. Another thing is to write personal notes. I don't know honestly, to be honest, I don't know the last time I got a letter in the mail written to me with handwritten address. It just doesn't happen much anymore. But that's kind of cool. If you can't be with someone, send them a card, send them something that you've created. Maybe you can draw something, or just send them a little recipe, or just something that's special. And a personal note makes it personal. Another thing that Marlene talks about is assembling a puzzle. Now, I'm not a big puzzle person, but I guess this is quite a big thing for some people to have done at Thanksgiving, to have the puzzle laid out there and everybody has a go and tries to, put the puzzle together. And I think it's a great idea. But she talks about an online site that I hadn't even heard of called jigsawpuzzle.io. Jigsawpuzzle.io. That sounds like an app. And anyway, it's an app or a site that you can actually do a puzzle together, like a group puzzle activity. And maybe that's an app, but there's others. And look at Marlene's article because she's got some links. But online jigsaw puzzles are a thing, I guess. So that's a cool thing to do too. But you have to make an effort. You have to try. And I know it's so easy to just give up and say, this is not a good Thanksgiving. It's going to be awful, and just turn it into sort of a sad, tragic situation. But maybe a puzzle is the answer. I don't know. Another thing is to serve a meal to someone else. Now, I know that right now there's still a lot of people in this crazy world who are hungry, and if you can get out, socially distance, and do what you can to protect, there's all going to be organized. You'll be part of a group that you can share the food. I just think that's such an amazing thing. And another thing is, if you can't do that, and you see someone on the street or you see someone out about that just needs a smile, even with your mask, you can just, go like this, that you're smiling, and just with your eyes say that, hi, we're here together, let's give thanks. And I just think that's a kind of cool, just an energy thing you can do. But if you can help out in the real world, that's really nice too. Another thing that she talks about is creating a buzz. And this is I think kind of fun, is that you can, like I mentioned earlier about calling someone, where you can shop together. Like you say, okay, I'm going out shopping, and this is what I'm going to buy. What are you going to buy? And then come back and call them up again and say, hey, I decided to do this instead of that, and found this great cranberry product, cranberry sauce, whatever. You get the idea. And play games together, like do things before Thanksgiving. So I just discovered these crazy books called Would You Rather? Like, would you rather, swim in a pool of chocolate ice cream or in a pool of chocolate pudding? Would you rather speak to birds or cats? These are silly would you rathers, and they're great. Those types of things are great for kids, for grandkids, and also for your own, adult kids. You can get some really cool answers to these crazy questions, but just don't wait for the 26th of November to show up. Start Thanksgiving early. Start it whenever you are watching this, and just do something fun. Finally, I love this idea that, and I've never done this before, but I think it's so cool, especially with grandkids, is to create a gratitude tree. And the way you do this, and again, links are in the article, is to go up to Google or go up to site or Bing it if you want, on the internet, and just find a template for leaves, and just cut out a bunch of leaf shapes, and then you can go and check it out. Blank gratitude trees. Believe it or not, it's everything online, and you can actually then print a tree. Like you can print the outline of a tree, a blank tree. Then you get everybody to put a phrase, something that they're thankful, grateful for on their leaf, and you stick it on the tree. Okay, it's schmaltzy, it's silly, it's superficial, all those things, whatever, but it's still fun. And then you can just, I don't know, there's just something about those kind of silly little games, those little gestures, the small things that can make all the difference. And kids love this kind of stuff. I mean, so if you wanted to be, thankful for your grandkids and your children, just let them be part of this too, and grow a gratitude tree in your house. And if you live apart, just do them early and mail them. So you can have a gratitude tree in each place that you can show when you're on the phone on the day. I know, it's hard. It's really hard, but I do hope that you're okay. I hope that you're well and mostly safe and healthy and strong. But this Thanksgiving, just try to lift your spirits, lift the spirits of those around you, and be truly grateful for this beautiful life that we have and the planet that we have an obligation to help and to nurture and to be there for each other. And know that we're here for you too, and hope it's been a good Thanksgiving, or that you are going to enjoy Thanksgiving Day with your family and your friends, and know that you're loved. Take really good care, everybody. Take very, very good care. Have a great Thanksgiving Day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.